But let's recap from Tuesday. Anybody creates or think of or expand on an idea of a mofer or something that they're going to try and use?
Yes.
What are you going to do?
Well, I sent an email to a gentleman who works for New American.
Uh-huh.
It's a lending company, and I asked him if he would partner with me to do a first-time buyer.
First time buyer seminar or something like that?
Mhm.
Beautiful. Love it.
Did you that with Myra? Myra, the translator?
No, but
translator?
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, because Myra and I and Brandon, right?
Yes.
And yeah, we were thinking the same thing. Seminar we already took care
I
of.
started.
So do them all
Yeah,
separate,
okay.
do them all, there's 5 days a week and this training room's open.
Mhm.
The more you do, the better you get.
I started thinking about the sponsorship aspect.
Yeah.
Because he's doing a luncheon with a title company, and he invited me to the luncheon. So when I responded to, yes, I'd love to go to the luncheon, however, I'd love to ask you to partner with me on it.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. That's good. The first time buyer program it's a good idea. I've just cautioned that the first time buyer program might not be the timing yet. Interest rates just went up again.
Right.
They're going to go up again in the next few months, and so the first-time buyers were less than on average, and the national average, they're about 30% of all buyers. Right now, they're about 20%, well below the national average, and they continue to show that. We expect first-time buyers to be a massive comeback once they start lowering rates again and doing programs, but you might be 6 months out. But starting the process and figuring it out is a great idea.
Right.
It's a great idea. All right. Anybody else? I heard a couple people are thinking about doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, she's not.
Did anyone think of doing anything different? Not first-time buyers, just thought about maybe doing something completely different?
I thought about just maybe doing something like offer like free appraisal or something like that, like cover the person's appraisal.
Okay. Like to pay for your appraisal up front
Right,
or something,
exactly.
so
Save them on that.
awesome. Anyone on Zoom that wants to talk?
No one ever participates from Zoom.
How you participate in here is how you participate everywhere. Alright, let's jump into today. So the main ideas for today are perspective on internet lead capture and conversion, internet real estate, and the 4 C's. So I'll be completely honest, I cold called, I bought the program, what was it, not Vulcan, but Arch Agent. And I had Haynes Directory and I cold called for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. And I realized I don't want to do that when I was doing it. I spun off into way more of internet and dove really into researching and learning how internet websites work and driving traffic to websites to generate leads. And so I do have a lot of experience in this area and I enjoyed this side of it. For me, this was a better platform for me. I'm a very high I, just like a lot of you. I don't do well with rejection. So a part of that rejection was being rejected on the phone every day. It was hard for me. Internet was a lot less rejection based, right? Because it was people putting up their hand and then it was just a lot more of the follow-up. So I have a lot of experience in this. I'll share some of the insights that I did that were successful for me. Know that this is the truth of internet. It's way more work and way harder, but it's less scary to get rejected. It's much easier to pick up the phone and call. A lot quicker and a lot easier. Way harder, more research intensive, and a lot more work to start getting the leads flowing. And it's a great tool that you should be using if you're not. So perspective on internet lead capture and conversion. Customers are uber connected and informed, right? They have the internet, social media, apps, online interactions complement your personal touch in order to capture, connect, and cultivate to close. So online interactions should be a part of your everyday lead generation follow-up plans, right? We all say in our database, real estate's real simple, right? Real simple.
Not.
Very simple, it's not easy, it's simple. Build a database, feed it daily, systematically touch it. That's real estate. Build a database, feed it daily, systematically touch it. right? You want to touch it about 36 times a year. If you touch it 36 times a year from whatever touch system you use, we know on average about every 20 people in your database, you can assume at least one deal. That's the low end. Jessica Dixon gets about 7 to 1 for every person she has in her database. But she touches it at a very high level. She does 4 client events every year, huge events, gets people to them. She does charity events, she does drop-bys, she does all sorts of stuff. So her clients know and love her, and they refer her business.
You said 36 times a year is average?
So you want to touch your database 36 times a year. It used to be 33, so 3 times a month.
3 times a month.
3 times a month. And so, and just emails aren't enough, right? You want a phone call at least 4 times a year. You want to do maybe a text message or some client event. If you don't have money to do a client event, you can still do client events like this. Ready? What's happening next month?
Back to school.
Back to school. What can we do for back to school that doesn't cost you some money that people think is really nice of us?
Offer school supplies or
Great idea. How do we offer school supplies that without paying for any money?
Call and ask her.
Yeah. Maybe we go to a local school and see what school supplies they need, and we say, hey, we're trying to raise local school supplies. Right? Is there anything you guys can do or donate? I'm going to swing by. Just leave it on your front porch. I'll swing by if it's there, great. If not, great. Right? Oh, by the way, what's your address? Okay, great. Now I'm going to put that in a neighborhood nurture so they get an email that their neighborhood's going, and they come from a contribution because I'm giving back to the school. We're raising money for or supplies for a school.
right.
Right? That's your 2 touches for August. What's happening in September?
Labor Day?
Sure. Labor Day. What else? In the summer? Labor Day? Fall ball? I don't know. Think of something. Make something up, right? So you think of what you're going to do to support them during that time, and you get back to them. So that's a little bit off topic, but yes. And you could follow up with that at 5 social media touches, right? So you purposely go on their Facebook or social media and find their last post as long as it was relevant and recent. Comment on it. Wow, that's great. Right? Because people look to see who comments on their posts, because people are weird like that. They want to know, right? So when is a lead? So the lead is a very open concept. A lot of people will take a lead and they'll say, what is a lead to you might be very different from what a lead to you is. What I consider a lead is someone that's able, willing to buy a home or sell a home. Able and willing. Meaning that if someone calls me and goes, hey, I might be interested in this, it could be a lead, but if they're not pre-qualified yet, if they're never going to be pre-qualified, it's not really a lead, right? It's not somebody I'm going to spend a ton of time following up with to make sure, right? So when is a lead a lead? So hits, inquiries, and leads. So for us to describe what a lead is, you can describe it whatever you want in your business, but you need to be consistent with it. Because if you consider a lead anytime somebody hits your website and you get like basic information a lead, well then you might need 1,000 to 1 to close a deal. But if you describe a lead as when you talk to the person and you have their phone number and information a lead and nothing else is a lead, well you might need 30 to 1. It doesn't matter. It's just now you know how many leads you need to get to close as many deals. I want to close 10 deals. You need 10,000. You need 120. It's just however you describe it has to be consistent so you know what it is, so that way you know your number. So if you're like, I want to go close 20 deals from internet leads this year, if you both are talking vastly different numbers if you don't know what your lead is. Does that make sense? All right, too many leads. You need a well-designed follow-up system. A lead is someone who is able, ready, and willing to do business now. So I'm going to diagram this for you guys on Zoom as well. I'm going to show you real estate with my great drawings that I have. All right. Oh, that's a 4. Ignore that. That's supposed to. So this section right here, this is a person's life, right? This flow. Right here, I'm sorry, this is the flow of a real estate transaction, not a person's life. Real estate transaction. This right here, this little tiny section is when you lead gen. You try to get leads. Here's your funnel that you talked about probably yesterday, right? Or we talked about, you fill your funnel, you get leads, right? Right here is Escrow. Right here is, I'm ready. List me. List me. Let's go buy, I'm qualified. And here is payday. Right? This little section here. That's the very end. Most of us get mad when we can't get the lead that's right here. Right? It's not realistic. This is where most of us suck. This is what?
Follow up.
Follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. This is where most of us suck. To be honest, most of us suck here. We can't even get leads. Let's be real. So we got to get the first section, but that's a tiny section. So if we do these great ideas, these great mofers, and we start getting all these leads, all excited, but we don't know how to follow up because they might take, by the way, this is the first eight weeks, and then this is the next year or two, right? And if we can't follow up with them over their time and have a systematic plan, meaning that when they come to our night that we do our seminar, if we're going to do a first-time buyer seminar and they come, we don't have a plan already in place of how we're going to touch them for the next 8 weeks. We're wasting a lot of our time, right? And then once that 8 weeks is done, how do we touch them for the next 36 weeks, right? They go on at 36. So the reason why we do 8 weeks in the beginning, we call it 8-week, an 8x8 plan, is it typically takes 8 weeks of one person touching the same over and over and over again for them to cement into their brain that they are a real estate agent. So there was a company in the 80s, I think I've told the story, you might have heard it before, I don't care, I'm telling it again for people who haven't heard it. There was a company in the 80s that took a neighborhood, they made up a real estate agent. And it was a 500 home neighborhood, and they marketed to this neighborhood for 8 straight weeks. Once a week they sent some sort of postcard, some news, a market report with this fake real estate agent. At the end of the 8th week, they called and surveyed the neighborhood and they asked, who's your realtor of choice? Like 82% of the people said the fake real estate agent, right? So that shows 8 straight weeks of hitting somebody, you cement into their brain. Everyone knows a real estate agent, 1 or 2, right? So how do you submit to the brain to be that 1 or 2 is you have to hit them many times. So if you're doing a career, or not a career night, a buyer seminar, and they come and they meet you and you introduce, great. The next day, if they got hey, we'd love some feedback to let us know how we did. Can you please fill out this quick survey? Even if they don't fill it out, it's just the fact they heard from you in an email, right? And then maybe the next week is, hey, here's some the process of going over the open houses. We wanted you just to have more information. Here's a little booklet. Maybe it shows up at their house or something. That would be great. And then the next week they get, hey, here is how you sign up on my website to start getting homes to see what you like, right? And then they get a step-by-step how to go on your website and create a search platform, right? You think of what you want to do for 8 straight weeks. And then after those 8 weeks, they go boom, right onto your 36 touch program that everybody else you know and love is on there. And that's a follow-up plan that generates a ton of business. But most of us just do the buyer seminar. We're all excited about it. We come do it. We meet people. Like, oh, there's like 7 people there. Ooh, and I think I got one. And we focus on that one, and we go sell the house, and we're happy. And when you really could have got another 4, it might not have happened today because you were impatient. You just focused on this one. There was another people heard, there was a person here, they learned from you, but now they went on Zillow or went into an open house, now they're using Ferris or whoever's doing the open house, right? It's because we don't have this follow-up plan. By the way, most real estate understands this, and many people understand that many agents suck at these areas, right? There is companies out there for each one of these sections. If you had enough money, you could go buy and hire to do for you. Legion, for example, you have Boomtown, you have Brivity, you have Zillow, you have all these companies that will do this for you. Follow up, you have Ylopo, you have Follow Up Boss, you have all these other companies that will pay and do it for you. Hiring an admin. Escrows. You can have buyer's agents, showing agents, listing coordinators, right? A massive team has these things already in place. That makes sense? It's all the real estate business is. Oh, and by the way, we have systems for you in each one of these sections to make it easy in Command, right? Lead gen. What do we have in Command that can help you with that? You have Facebook ads right built into it, right? Where you can get ads directly, or leads coming right into your whatever seminar thing you're doing. What about follow-up?
They have the system already there.
Smart plans.
Smart plan.
What else? Opportunities?
Yeah.
So you can stay on top of who's where, right? Lead gen, you have referrals. Many people just ignore that section in command, but you could go you could see where referrals are coming from. Ask all those people to be referral partners. Start making referral business just from command. Right? So we have these tools, but we don't use them. Or there's tools out there we could do. Does that make sense? So that's real estate in the whole. The follow-up's the key, but we're going to be focused on getting the leads coming in from the internet. But the key thing is here is if we don't have a system when those leads come in, I hear it a lot. You're going to protect your hearts. I'm going to say something mean. Protect your hearts. You guys are all adults. You mean if I say something mean?
No, we like it.
I hear a lot. Oh, they're just bad leads. They're all bad leads. They're bad leads. I don't say there's bad leads, I just say there's bad agents. And I mean that in the lovingest way possible, is because just because they're not gonna close, if you got someone's name and number and they talk to you, well, yeah, they might close 6 years from now. If you have a great plan, you may be able to convert it. But just because they don't close in a month from now doesn't mean they're bad.
Right.
It's timing on everything. So it's not going to be mean, and sometimes there is leads that people are like, I got a lead that I put on my Facebook. The lead was Mr. Poopy Pants. All right, Mr. Poopy Pants is a bad lead. I don't think Mr. Poopy Pants is real. I called the number, it didn't go anywhere. I'm looking for Mr. Poopy Pants, but that's a bad lead because it was fake. I get it, there is some bad leads. But a lot of times I hear like Zillow leads, oh, they're terrible. There's a lot of major big businesses built from Zillow because people work those leads really hard. Really hard. And they're all the same leads, guys. Same thing with Opcity or some of these other places online that people get leads from. They pay a massive amount of referrals. Some people are making a ton of money on that. They just work the leads harder than most people will.
Hey, you talking about like Zillow where you can put like profiles and stuff on Zillow?
You could buy leads from Zillow. You could buy basically they charge you a ton of money and they give you the percentages of your pictures up there. And so you take an area code, and if you want your picture up there 10% of the time for the area code 93536, it might be like $3,000 or $4,000 a month. But they'll say you'll get like 30 to 40 to 50 leads a month from that. And so a lot of people, well, if I get one deal, it pays for it. Yeah, but if you don't have a plan of how you're going to talk to them 10 straight days and call them and make every time, and then put them on a 36, it's a waste of money.
Right.
If you have a plan in place and how you're going to do it, then you execute the plan, it's worth it. I always say don't buy Zillow leads, you're paying the enemy. At the end of the day, a lot of agents don't make a ton of money, and it's okay if you do that. It's just most agents don't do this. They don't have the plan in place to make it make sense, right? It's the same thing if you do a mofer and you run a great mofer online and you're getting a ton of leads in. If you don't have the plan, you're kind of wasting time, right? You're getting all these leads, it doesn't matter. Same thing with the internet leads. So if you're going to be doing Facebook leads, you're doing all this stuff and you get a bunch of leads, they're rough. They're people clicking online. Some of them are just looky-loos. You do need to have a solid plan in place to make it work. But I know they work because the All-Star team, that's all they do is a lot of internet leads and they're converting a bunch of them. They have a ton of potential pipelines, but they have to do 10 days of Tane or 10 days of Tom, or whatever they call it, and it's 10 days of following up to make sure that they get the best of those leads they can. And they do set a lot of appointments with people. It works. Okay, challenge, get the motivated leads first. So obviously being the local economist of choice, I've been saying that a lot. You guys need to be the local economist of choice when you're real estate agents. You need to be the local economist of choice for your friends and family. Understand the needs of the buyers and sellers. Use the website to capture inquiries. Make a great first impression. Follow up on every inquiry, right? So, understand the needs of the buyers and sellers. So we're being the economist of choice, understanding what the problems are going on right now. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. What are the needs right now of the buyers?
Get an affordable house.
Affordability, closing costs,
The rates.
interest rates. They went up again, right?
Yeah.
Does that matter today?
Of course.
100%.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Banks know the Fed gets together, they're gonna vote on raising interest rates, and they raise rates about a month or weeks in advance, coming up knowing that they're going to do it. So normally when it happens, the rates have already been adjusted. So it doesn't necessarily affect today so much, and it probably affected the last week or so, but it looks like they're going to raise rates again next month. They've already said they're probably gonna do it again, maybe another point. So if they do it again, you can't see interest rates going up over the next week or so, right? What about sellers? What are their needs right now?
Top dollar, net the most.
Obviously, they want to net the most, but it depends, right? It depends on the seller. If they have to get out, and they're trying to get top dollar and they're being maybe a little bit greedy, they could shoot themselves in the foot,
100%.
all right? Especially where the market's going. All right, internet and real estate. Who uses the internet?
No.
Everybody. Everybody uses the internet, right? So 90% of all home buyers search online. It's probably higher than that now. 89% use mobile devices to search online. But agents bridge the gap between internet search and home purchase. 88% of people use an agent. 88% of people use an agent. So they like to search online, they like to get online, right? But they still will use an agent. So some truths. A great website may bring you a lot of visitors, but it takes more than a great website to get customers. If you have a system in place to capture buyers and sellers and have a system to convert them, the internet can yield great leads. Buyers and sellers are looking for help and trusted advice from an agent. Internet lead capture and conversion is the numbers game based on volume. Numbers game based on volume. All of you have a website, correct?
Yeah.
Do any of you have your own personal website besides the one that you use at KW?
No.
Building it.
You are building one? How does it work on our website to capture leads?
They put in their information and go to our database.
It does, but why would I put information in there? Why would I want to give you my information? I click on stuff all the time. When they ask my information, I click right off.
It has to be something very interesting for you to put
Yeah,
down.
I have to have something of value, right? The only time I put my name in there, I'm car shopping, I really do want this car, I know they're gonna call me on, but I want it, right? I'll put my information in there. You have to have an item of value that they're looking for. You have to have some reason that they want to go in there and look. Do you guys know how Google works? Search, SEO, search engine optimization. It's always changing, but they're based on algorithms. Google wants to put you on sites that you want to see based on algorithms, right? So what Google does is it knows trusted sites and it puts those at the highest. Zillow, if you search for a home, is trusted because millions of people go to it every day and stay on it. They're on there a long time, right? And it puts it higher on there. If I was to put out a blog and I said the 6 best taco stands in all the Antelope Valley, and you love tacos, and you're scrolling on Facebook, and you see the 6 best taco stands in the Antelope Valley, and you're like, ooh, I want to know more. So you click. It takes you on to my website, my blog, right? Now you start reading my blog about the 6 taco stands, and you're like, how does he have that one as 2? That one's garbage. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And you comment, number 2, no way, this place is so much better. And I comment back, haha, I disagree. This place, El Pastor, is way better. And then we yell at each other and all good fun, right? Google now knows that you've spent time on my website. It's trusted. You commented. You were there a long time. Now, a month later, you're thinking about selling a home or buying a home. And you type in homes for sale in Palmdale, California. There's a much greater chance my website is going to be number 1 or number 2 on your search history. Like search area. Zillow, it'll be hard for me to beat Zillow unless you spend a lot of time on my website. But now I would be on page 58 or 90. You would never see me. I'm going to be much higher. The reason being is Google knows I'm a trusted website for where you look. They have a profile for you. They know everything about you. They know your political leanings. They know how old you are. They know how much money you make. They know everything about you. It's scary, and this is why a lot of people are freaked out about the technology and having the Google things where they listen to you at your home. I wouldn't have those, by the way, because they are straight listening to you, and they have profiles, and they know everything about you, right? The reason they do that is they want to put the right website in front of your face. And let's say, so on that first time you search for a home, I'm on page 3 or 4, but you still click on Zillow, right? And then I do a post about the Christmas lights to see in the Antelope Valley because it's Christmas time. And I go around and show all the Christmas lights, like these are the houses to go see. You spend time reading on it, and you go, oh, thank you so much, that was great. Now you go to look for a home again, and you type in homes for sale in Google. I might be number 1. I might be above Zillow. Does that make sense? So when you do a website and you're really trying to take advantage of search engine optimization, and you're really trying to take advantage of that, you have to find your niche and go dominate that area. In Google, you could go look, it's called Google Analytics. You could see what people are searching and how often they search it. So for example, if you did real estate agents in Palmdale, that might be incredibly high. But horse property in Palmdale might be a decent amount of search, but not something so crazy that you'll never win. Then maybe you start just focusing on horse properties, and everything is horses and horses and horse people and horses. These horse houses, horses. Now you have a website for blogs of horses and horse corrals and how to buy a house with horses and what to do with horses. Now every time someone searches for a horse property in Palmdale, your website is so revered that you beat Zillow. Does that make sense? So it's very difficult, takes a long time and a lot of research to really maximize this, and it can be incredibly powerful if you choose to do something like this. So the reason why I wanted to get really into the depth of this, because it can work for a lot of you, but you have to research and do the time, and you do have a website to make that work, right? And you can keep it much simpler and just drive in leads, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit, and we're gonna walk through how to just drive in leads today on your website, okay? Sellers on the internet. They like to browse, to analyze, and research the market. They like to look at comparables. Have no loyalty to agents or companies they come across to online. They have no loyalties at all, they're starting to look. Want to understand the home selling process? Want agents to know their stuff and provide real value. So if you were to write a blog and do a vlog and put it on your website, and you wanted to attract sellers, what's something that might attract them to your website?
Best ways to get your home sold for faster.
Maybe a blog about how to sell your home. If they want to understand how to sell the home, write a blog, how to sell your home in the Antelope Valley.
Show
Right.
recent sales of the market, or what's the inventory, or what's being sold.
Yeah, that's what people want. So if you keep doing blogs, your website has a spot for you guys to make blogs, right? You can do a blog, write it up, put it on there. You can do whatever you want to do, right? They want to know their stuff and provide real value. So if you're consistently providing the value they're looking for, they can stumble across your website a little bit better. Buyers on the internet. They start early in their timeline, browse to analyze and research the market, are very prepared when they are ready. They move quickly from website to website. They search online instead of driving to open houses. They want to understand the home buying process. Want agents to know their stuff and provide real value. It's what buyers want. So if you're going to focus on buyers or do a page around buyers, you want to make sure that you provide some of this information for them. A lot of your websites already have this stuff in there. It's just you have to maximize it, show it, and use it. Using of technology. eEdge is now Command. eEdge was our old platform when this was put out. Social media, instant messages, video email, all that technology out there is for you to use, right? 2 reasons for a website. So first one is online presence, a hub for your business. You can show your homes for sale, help buyers and sellers understand the process, communicate. And the next one is the MLS. CMS and then tracking and reporting. So your purpose of your website is twofold. A lot of agents just use a website to put about them. Here's the deal, no one's ever gonna see that. Just being honest, right? You might direct people to it, oh, this is my website, check me out. And they might just to research you to make sure you're legit. They might go and look at you, see how you do, see you want a website to look professional. Makes sense, right? But no one's gonna just be Googling, come across your website, and then use you as an agent. You're not gonna be driving in leads that way. Does that make sense? It might just be verify you're a professional, but you're not gonna be driving in leads. Buyers wanna see homes. That's what drives in leads. How do I see homes? That will drive people to your website out of nowhere. That make sense? So we talked about this a little bit last class about how you can take your website, search for something, put it on the web, say check out these homes, right? Well, we're gonna do that here in a minute. The 4 C's. Capture interested people, connect with them on a personal level, cultivate the relationship over time, and close for an appointment. Capture, connect, cultivate, convert. Hold on, I think it goes into more detail. Okay. So capture interested people. How do we do that on our website?
Make something that would be interesting to them.
Yeah. Make something that they want to look. Right? How would we capture an investor on our website?
Great deals.
Yeah.
What if we get a
Homes for cheap.
homes for cheap?
Talk
Home-
about,
home that
Homesforcheap.com.
In a good,
Multifamily.
in a good market,
talk about the
good
ROI.
flips.
So if I'm browsing Facebook and I see homes for cheap, click here, investors, right? And I click there, where is it gonna take me?
Some website or MLS showing properties that are cheap.
How are they cheap though? Like how does that work?
Are they
They're fixer uppers.
What if we did short sale and foreclosures? Check out all the short sales and foreclosures currently local in our local area. Click here. And then you click there and it takes them to the houses. And then after the second house they see, it asks for them to put in their information. If they want to see the third, they have to put their information in. If they don't, they bounce off your website.
Yeah, it's probably better than cheap homes.
It's just hard to search, right? So if I say cheap homes, that doesn't grab the investor, but an REO, real estate owned, bank owned REO, that makes sense. Short sales. By the way, there's nothing short about a short sale. It's a stupid name for them. Call them a long sale that you just want to pull your hair out on. That's what they should be called. Okay. Connect with them on a personal level. So you get your phone rings. Someone clicked on your short sale. Your investor clicked on your REO. You get their phone number or their email or whatever. What do you do with it?
Call them.
Call, connect, check in on them, see what they're looking for. Right? You have to connect on a personal level. How do you connect on a personal level? We'll dive into that more. We'll come back to that. Cultivate the relationship over time and then close for the appointment. ABCs of sales.
Always be sale and closing.
Always be closing, right? Always think about trying to close that appointment. The funnel. We know what the funnel looks like. Capture, lead, connect, cultivate, convert. Agent time spent with the consumer at various stages. Agent's ability to leverage automation at various stages makes things quick and easy. So if we connect with them and we're plugging them into our 8x8 program for our investors that we created, we know over the next 8 weeks they're going to get messages and emails from us that we don't even have to do. We only have to call the one time. Everything else takes care of itself because we pre-planned it in command on a smart plan that's already doing it. Correct? Beautiful. All right, the MOFR. We talked about this in great detail because it's really something you should be using, but you could do this on the internet, right? MOFR, make offer for immediate response. Best buy list, instant notification for homes for sale. Find out what your home is worth. See more about a property. Virtual tours. That would have been really big during, I was so disappointed in the lack of people using virtual tours right in the middle of COVID. Like that would have been a great MOFR to be posting. I'll walk through the homes for you. Shop from the comfort of your home. We'll get on Zoom or Facebook or FaceTime. Right? That could have been a great MOFR. You could have been the real estate agent of shopping from home in your pajamas. Don't put on pants. Pants are stupid. Get comfy. I'll put on pants for you. I'll put on my pants for you. That's good. That would have been perfect during COVID.
Like a little kid.
That would have been so good. I would have done that. Automated guidance, right? Foreclosures, distress sales, free reports on the market. These are all mofers that you could be putting online, right? That could lead to your website to capture the lead. What's an easy mofer we could do for just super, super simple that can direct them to our website that is incredibly simple? We could have done foreclosures,
Yes.
right? Free foreclosure list sent to your email once a week on Facebook. Click here to register. They click, they give you their information. Once a week, you send out the short sale list. How do I get a short sale list? You go in Flex, you click short sales, you take the homes list, you email it to them. You go in Flex, you set it up to do it once a week so you don't ever have to do it again. It's not hard. That's a quick, easy mofer that you could be trying to get investors with right now. Right? You don't have to overcomplicate it. I'm just saying that's a quick, easy thing you can do today, right away. Capture with filters. You got the skinny bait and then the fat bait. So what does this mean? Capture with filters. This is what we're going to do today on our website. Draw a circle around Quartz Hill. We click pool homes only, right? And we put an ad or a Facebook thing. Check out these West Side pool homes or homes in Quartz Hill for sale with pools. Click here. People are scrolling. Ooh, I want to live in Quartz Hill. I like pools. It's 105 degrees outside today. They click, right? The skinny bait means they just click and they're on your website and you hope that they register. The fat bait is you make them register. I like a juicy middle bait. They get a look for two, and then they have to register. You get them like, oh, that's yummy. I want a little more. Oh, that's yummy. Oh, now I got to register. Okay, I'll buy. Right? Make sense? Guys, in your website settings, in your command settings, you can do it where they don't have to register. They have to register before they look. They have to register after 2, after 3, after 10. It's up to you. And you can add what they want to register when they do that. Do you want their phone number? If you have to put the phone number, way less people are going to register. But of those people, you might be able to convert at a higher level. Or you could do where you just do their email and their name. It's up to you. Registration forms. Minimal, right? Name and email. Optional, phone, location, buyer, seller, and more. You can do what works for you. Try things. In my experience, as soon as I put phone numbers, it drastically dropped to nothing. And so I did names and email addresses, and I just tried to hit those emails with a good 36 touch, and I would type them, and I would just say, hey, let me know if you need anything, blah, 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 blah. And most of the time, people would never respond. That's okay, but it was a numbers game, right? Eventually, people did. Some people did, and those were some deals I did. Right? My second deal I ever did was from this. Made it work. I just emailed. They're looking for their West Side pool homes. This is how I got. There's an agent in the Antelope Valley, a pretty big agent, and I got his sister from this. And the sister was like, there was some family stuff, and but I wrote an offer on the 500. By the way, back when 500,000 was like, oh my God, my average sales price was 220. For $515,000 for them on a really beautiful home, and I mean, it sucks for their brother, but.
I love your career.
Who's a brother?
One second. They're not in this office. They're at a competitor. But I did this, and they landed on my site, and I just kept talking to them, started showing them houses all over the place. And like, man, we might have to use our brother. I'm like, I totally understand if you have to do that. Like, yeah, but we just couldn't think he's a dipshit. Okay. He's not. He's a nice guy. Good agent. And just family, so you never know. Family dynamics. Someone sees you as their little brother, that's how they always see you. And they might not, and sometimes family, like you put them on a back burner. Like, oh, yeah, I'll get to you later, right? You never know. That's why I'm always someone's number 2. I'm like, I'll be your number 2. If he doesn't answer, call me. I'll help you.
Right. Yeah.
They called. Okay, notifications for capture. Guys, your phone will go, you got a new lead. It's very cool. It's exciting. Make sense? You can also do voice message to phone, text message to phone, email, stuff like that. Your capture system. Describe your current capture system. What offers do you make? Do you require registration? I'm like, ugh, I'm so popular when I teach. How many inquiries from each day, each week, each month are you getting? So if it's 0, time to start. All right? What offers are you going to make? The idea of this course, guys, is you leave with action plans. I gotta go quicker because I want to show you guys this stuff, so I'm going to keep going. So we're going to jump into keys to connecting. Is respond as quickly as possible. Speed of the lead, speed of the lead, speed of the lead, speed of the lead. You should be responding within 2 minutes at max, or you've already maybe missed it. Speed to the lead is the game. Speed to the lead, because they clicked on your website. They've already clicked on 3 others. All right. Provide real value as well. If you say you're going to give them a short sell list or a foreclosure list, they better damn sure get a short sell list or a foreclosure list. Okay? Purpose of connecting: identify the motivated and readiness, set an appointment, provide customer answers, build relationship, move buyers to pre-approval, action plans for non-urgent inquiries. Right? The action plan is a 36 touch for people that aren't urgent. They might be buying next year. They're just kind of checking stuff out. Contact rule: call back within 3 to 7 minutes. It's 2 minutes now. If busy, call again within 5 to 10 minutes. Try 3 times. Be friendly and relaxed. Always answer questions with questions. Questions, questions, questions. The moment you start telling, you lost. Questions. Hi, why'd you click on the website? What interested you about short sales? How you thought about investing? Have you invested in other properties? What makes you want to invest? What's your goals with investing? How many homes are you looking to purchase? Right? You just ask questions. Prepare yourself. Write down like 7 or 10 questions that you're going to ask. Because when you ask them questions, people love to hear themselves talk. They start talking about blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden they're like, wow, that was a great conversation. When I do recruiting appointments, when I meet with people to recruit them to Keller Williams, I know when I lose and when I win. When I talk the whole time, I lost. I'm really good at talking, and I love talking, right? But I lost. They don't care. Because then I start selling, and I'm talking about why we're great. They don't care. When I'm quiet the whole time, and I ask like 5 or 6 great questions, and they talk the whole time, I normally get them. Right? It's because I'm asking great questions, and then most people don't ask people great questions. Ask questions. 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 There's a book called Questions That Matter. It's really insightful in that. If you ever want to become a MAPS coach, or if you ever want to do MAPS business coaching and get into that realm, you have to write out like 1,000 different questions, because you need to be thinking in questions. Make sense?
Yes.
You reach the person, introduce yourself, thank them for visiting your website, ask, are you finding homes on the internet? How long have you been looking? What's prompting you to move? What are you looking for in a dream home? Use assessment form to assess the motivation. Close from an appointment. Use a form. Write out questions that you're going to ask, and ask those same questions over and over and over again. What you'll do is internalize them, and you'll know where to go every time you call. It's a different question form. If you do first-time home buyers, check out these great homes for first-time home buyers, is much different than the questions you're asking for short sell and REO respecialist. Right? Outcome. If you don't reach them, leave a message. Provide helpful information they can use. Try to build a relationship. Leave a message on the phone. Send them something if useful. Be useful for them. Give them value. Give them value. Give them value. All right, we're gonna keep going because I want to show you guys this, and we have a team meeting right after, so I can't go over. Purpose of cultivating: provide continuous value. Cement the relationship with action plans. So we said the 8x8 to cement the relation. So call it a 7 to cement. 7 weeks in a row of hitting them to cement that you're the realtor of choice. When they think of short sales, they're thinking of you. When they think of deals, they're thinking of you. When they think of first-time home buyers, they're thinking of you, because you've hit them with the same offer for 7 straight weeks, over and over and over and over again, because you created the content beforehand and you sent it to them, you plugged them on your smart plan, and you keep hitting them with it. Right? So now with a first time home buyer, like, well, they have that seminar, they gave us all that great information, and they have that program, you have to go to the first time home buyer specialist. That's what they do. Well, we all have that crap, but you're the one that keeps putting it in their face so they think about you. Make sense?
Yes.
I like doing this. Makes me powerful. Okay. Choo, 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 choo. Ask for the appointment at every opportunity. Explain the purpose for the appointment. Why do you want the appointment?
Why you get in front of them?
It makes it real, right? The face-to-face now becomes a business arrangement. You could have them sign a cooperative or a broker agreement, basically saying that they're going to work with you, that you're going to be representing them, and you're going to be researching the houses for them. You can get to know them better, even if they're not buying today. Just say, hey, you got 15 minutes, let's grab a cup of coffee. I'd love to go over the process with you. Right? The face-to-face makes it real. If they meet with you face-to-face, now you have a real potential buyer or seller coming up soon, right? Typically, we're so scared to ask for the appointment that we never ask. Right? Gary Keller says, once you believe it's okay to ask what you want, you'll have a chance of getting it.
Close enough, don't get big.
Come from contribution, and know your numbers. Always come from contribution. Don't call just to be commission breath, I want to make money off you. Call for what they're trying to get and provide them value. If you know they are trying to get into investment, they haven't done it before, if you come across the website where it's like first time investors or you look for something, click on it, send it, say, hey, I was reading this morning and thought of you guys, I thought it was a great read, right? They read it, wow, thank you so much. You purposely went and found something for them. Who cares? They don't need to know that part. You're coming from contribution. You're sending the value, right? Make sense? The bottom line, understand the need of the buyers and sellers and make offers to generate immediate responses. Focus your time and attention on highly motivated buyers and sellers. A lead is someone who is ready, willing, and able to buy real estate now. There is no such thing as a bad inquiry, just inquiries that aren't followed up with. Don't capture a bunch of inquiries if you don't address them in some way. This is the biggest thing most people suck at. Using automated systems to capture inquiries allows agents to focus more on time on cultivating and converting their leads. Okay, I want to show you how you can do something today to go get leads. Do you guys want leads?
Yes.
100%.
Nah.
Yeah. I got enough.
I wish.
But then I'd have to like call them, and maybe I'd have to show houses, and I just don't want to do that. Come on. There we go. Okay, we all have a website. If you don't know what your website is, well, that's the first problem. You should know what it is. Okay, so you all have a website. You know, Keller Williams spent millions of dollars researching and developing what people look for and want in a website. And what they came up with is some nice picture in the background and a search, because people just really want to search right away and they don't care about all the other crap. All right? So let's go find, let's just look at our current location. All right, this is where we're at. Let's do, okay, we said Court Sill, let's do that. Let's do a Court Sill. Well, we'll get Rancho in there too. Don't matter. I'm just using this as an example. All right?
Nice.
We're going to do that, and then let's go ahead and see. We want actives coming soon to new construction. Oh, maybe we just want to do new construction. All right. New construction. We could go ahead and now we've searched this. This is what's new construction on the west side. I obviously only went to Avenue L. You could go much further over than that. I'm just using an example. Now this URL, if anybody clicks on this URL, this website, it'll take them exactly right here. Okay? This is a really long URL. There's a website called Bitly. Bitly will shorten the URL. So now we're going to go to Bitly. Bitly.com. Oh,
How do you spell it?
not like what I just did. Bitly.com. So right here it says shorten your link. You just paste it into here and you hit shorten. Now it gives us this bit.ly link. Now I can copy this. The cool thing about this, if you come back and have an account, it'll show you how many people clicked on it. It'll give you the analytics behind it, right? So now this long website is just short thing. Now I can go to my Facebook.
You said you need an account with Bitly, it'll do that?
You don't need an account to shorten it, but you need an account to see the analytics. So you can log back in and see what it does. It's free.
Yeah.
Oh geez. Oh crap.
You're gonna get a text message.
I don't have a text message.
Is it through email that you have it set up?
It's probably an old number or another source of verification.
I've had the same number since I was 16. Okay, whatever. So go on your Facebook, and you can then just click on your Facebook, post the link. A lot of times it'll then pull up pictures of what you were looking at and say, check out all the new construction homes on the west side. Don't walk in without an agent, let me know before you go. And people will click on your website, it'll take them right to this, and they go, oh, these are new, let me see what this looks like. They go, ooh, this is nice, this is a new construction, I like this is pretty. Ooh, and then they'll click back, and then they'll look at their other one, and oh, what's this one look like? Ooh, this is pretty, I like this. You know what, I want to request a tour. I want to ask my agent a question, right? It goes to you. It goes directly to you. Ooh, this one's nice. And after, depending on what your settings are, after the second or third one, it's going to ask them to sign in. It's going to say you need to make an account, sign in, before you can see the next one. And they might want to see the homes. You don't want to do new homes? Cool. Do...
Short sale? What about short sales?
You want to do short sales? No, shoot.
Not.
Not a lot of short sales going on right now. Less than 1% of all homes right now are short sale or foreclosure. Just so people have so much equity, they're not upside down. Yet, that's a great idea in a year from now. We'll see what happens in a year from now if prices come down. If prices keep going up, still probably going to ton of short sales. But yes, that would work. Or you want to just do actives with, let's go with my pool homes. And you can do it more direct with just court sale. Here's all the houses in court sale with pools. Or check out every house over $1 million in court sale. Check out every house over $1 million in the Antelope Valley. Whatever you do to get people to go, oh, that's interesting, and click. But now they're like, okay, but people aren't looking at my website, or they're not looking at my page. Go join Antelope Valley buys and sells. Go join Rosebud buys and sells. Palmdale buys and sells. There's groups that have thousands of people in them, and you could join, and you could post these links, and people will click. Go pay a $20 ad to put the link and see how many people it goes in front of.
How do you do that, that after the third one or the second one?
Yeah, so-
It's in your command settings.
Command settings?
By the way, Mike is going to be teaching this class on Friday of how to do ads and how to direct people in there and set it up, so make sure to come to that class.
Tomorrow at 1, right?
Yes. So you go into your settings, and then you go into your, actually, I think it's in, you go into consumer. So this is your website, by the way. This is how you, you could do different things in your website. Right here. here.
Through consumer?
So mine's unrestricted, 10 properties, 2 properties, or no properties. So you go to 2 properties. Now after 2 properties, they have to register.
Okay.
Wow.
Featured listings, themes, agents, site pages. You could make ad pages. You could do build personal pages on your website, blogs, all sorts of stuff in here, right? You could do collections. You could do yeah.
Quick question.
Sure.
This is just for desktop, though, right? Because I tried this on with an app, or I did it on Facebook, and then I tried to click on it just as someone looking from my phone, but it doesn't work. It prompts me to download the app, but when I did it on my laptop, it worked. So this is just desktop then, right?
So if you're trying to upgrade, I don't know if it works in here or not, but when you do when you do the ad and you do the link, it should take you to the same spot either way. It shouldn't matter if your desktop app, whatever that consumer is. It may prompt you to download the app first, then to look at the home if you're on a mobile device. And that might be just to try to get your app downloaded, I don't know. But from my experience, it normally just takes you right to the website. But there might be something weird going on there, I don't know, I'd have to look into it more. I haven't done this in a while, by the way. I used to do this. So I joined like 50 groups, any buy and sell group in the Antelope Valley. I joined all of those. And then I would post like once a week, check out these cool homes on the west side. Are you empty nester? Check out this. Or trying to move down, trying to move up. Are you tired of living on top of your neighbors? Check out these houses with at least half an acre, right? You can get creative. I tried different things. Pool homes did the best. I got the most leads when I did pool homes. So just think about what you want to do, organize your website to do it, and then you can just post on social media and play and see how many people click. If you use the bit.ly link, it'll show you exactly how many people clicked on it. I wonder if I could go into my old bit. Let me see if I can figure out what my... let me try to log in real quick, and I can show you what some of the stuff I used to do. Only have a couple minutes, so.
It's 10 o'clock.
Well, they could wait.
You guys can stay here.
I don't know what my login is, so it won't.
Or else-
Unfortunately, it won't work. Anyways, so get creative with it, guys. I hope that was helpful. Take some of your ideas and get them online. Create searches that people would want to look at. Put it out there in the world and get some leads, okay?
All right, thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys. All right, we're going to jump into the team meeting now. So you don't have to go anywhere.
Good class.
Yes.
Great one.
Thank you.
Good class.
Yes.
You're an
Well-
okay teacher.
Right?
Might need this again. We'll see.
We will finish.
All right.
It's right now it's like civil, the number of issues they over.
We have somebody coming in today. I think they're bringing food too.
Oh, the food's out there.
No, the food's already here? Look at that. All you suckers on Zoom aren't getting food.
What is it?
It's,
Donuts, coffee.
oh, that's what it is, donuts and coffee?
Yeah.
See, we're healthy here at Counter Road.
We're getting a shirt.
KW Fit is giving you donuts and coffee.
It's like fitness.
Yeah.